Yes. Hello everyone. Welcome to today's class. Today is day 58 of our web development course, and today I believe that today is the last day of our web development course as far as JavaScript is concerned. This is the day where we finalize JavaScript. Okay, where we finalize JavaScript. Okay. So where we finalize talking about pure JavaScript. Okay. So members, I congratulate you upon reaching this far. Before we can pass through the analysis, let me just talk about what we covered yesterday. Then we talk about it. Yesterday was day 57, and yesterday we talked about data attributes. Okay, data attributes. Okay, it's a very vast concept, and it's very crucial. It's a concept whereby it's like a silent concept, but it's very deadly. Okay, it's a very silent concept, but it's very deadly. Especially, it's like a silent killer. If you don't know this concept here, you may find yourself on the receiving end. Okay, if you don't know this concept, it's very crucial. You need to be knowing it and you practice. Okay, that's what you covered yesterday, where you had, for example, you had like data. You looked at things, for example, data ID. Okay, looked at, for example, data, maybe data name. Okay, looked at data name. Okay, looked at the acquiring this data here, where we had, for example, the data set. Okay, we had something like data set. Okay, where we had, for example, another thing, for example, then we also had something where we looked at closest. Okay, Okay, members, we looked at a lot of things yesterday. Okay, that data name, data set. Okay, closest, looked at all these things yesterday. Okay, we also looked at another concept where there was truncate. Where, for example, a truncate. Okay, where we shorten our paragraphs or our descriptions. Okay, we looked at another concept, for example, the line clamp. Okay, look at the line clamp yesterday. Look at the line clamp. Okay. So all these concepts here, we're putting them into action. We are putting all these concepts into action. Okay. So members, if you missed yesterday's class, I would urge you to go back and you watch this class, because it is very crucial, in a way that if you don't know this concept here, you find yourself when you're not able to do some concepts. For example, add to cart. Okay, you find yourself when you are stuck. Okay, when you are doing, for example, a pop-up, when you need, for example, to put some dynamic data which changes dynamically when you tap on a button. So members, if you don't know this concept here, it will be very hurting on your side. Okay. So members, this is a very important concept, and if you don't know it, please go back and watch this video. Okay. So members, upon finishing that, I hope everybody right now, we are 100% good with JavaScript. Okay. I hope right now we are 100% good with JavaScript. Okay. Right now JavaScript is no longer our problem. Okay. Right now JavaScript is no longer our problem. Okay. If you have any question about JavaScript, if you have any query about JavaScript, if you have anything disturbing you, I can even come here and put here. If you have anything disturbing you in JavaScript, anything disturbing you in JavaScript, please let me know in the comment section. I see how I can help you. Okay, please let me know, and in the comment section I see how I can help you. If you know you have anything disturbing you, I can even make it green. If you know you have anything disturbing you, I can make it red. If you know you have anything disturbing in JavaScript, okay, please let me know. I see how I can help you. Okay, I want to make this one maybe red. Okay, red there. So it's like that. So members, please, I can even put here, please let me know. I see how I can help you. Please let me know. I see how I can help you. Okay, please let me know in the comment section down there. Okay, Please let me know in the comment section. I see how I can help you. Please let me know. Write down your problem there in the comment section. I see how I can help you. Okay? Okay. So members, I hope right now you are 100% good. Okay? With JavaScript. I hope right now you are 100% good. Right now JavaScript is no longer our problem. Okay? Okay. So members, let me first go back and recap and you see. You know very well I'm Clancy Ssekisambu. This is me. Okay? This is me, okay? Clancy Ssekisambu, that's my name. And right now, we covered JavaScript right from the beginning. Right from this day here, introduction to JavaScript, we looked at arithmetic operators, went ahead to look at variables, okay? We went ahead to look at variables here, string concatenation, looked at data types, looked at objects, okay? Members, I'm just passing through a recap and you see, we looked at day 37, we looked at the comparison operators, looked at logical operators, control structures. Are you seeing it? This was day 39. Day 40, we looked at functions, okay? That was day 40. We went ahead to look at simplified functions. We even simplified it, we even gave another. We even made it more simple. We went ahead to look at string methods, okay? We went ahead to look at arrays. This was day 43. We went ahead to look at loops. This was day 44, okay? Members, you see all this, we went ahead to look at array methods. We went ahead to look at DOM manipulation, okay? We went ahead to look at event listeners, intersection observer. This was day 48. Members, right now, I believe the practice we have done, we cannot fail. There's not a person who is stuck somewhere, okay? Okay, so we went ahead to look at sliders, responsive navbar, active links, asynchronous and synchronous behavior. We went ahead to look at data fetching. We see here, day 53 data fetching. All this master, this one here, local storage, a fetching API, this one, and even the one we said yesterday, okay? Okay, so members, right now I believe you are 100%, you are 100% good, okay? I believe right now you are 100% good, okay? I believe right now you are 100% good, okay? I believe right now you are 100% good, okay? You're 100% good, okay? If you have any question, members, do you have any question about JavaScript right now? Is there any question that is disturbing you or perturbing you in any way? Right now, I believe we are all good in JavaScript. We are 100% good in JavaScript. Is it because we have been moving together? And right now, I believe that you are very, very good. Okay? Okay. So, members, if there is nobody who has a question, if there's everybody, I believe right now everybody is very good with this. If there's any small slight thing that is disturbing you, please let me know in the comment section. I see how I can help you. Okay? Okay. So, members, I believe right now there is nobody who has any problem with JavaScript right now, okay? We are all moving at the same pace. We are all good, okay? Okay. So members, today we have finalized JavaScript. Right now, I don't believe there's anybody who has any query, okay? Everything is just nice. Everything is just nice, okay? And when we reflect back where we started from, HTML is just a walkover right now. CSS is just a walkover right now. SAS is just a walkover right now, okay? Okay. So members, if you have any question, please put it in the comment section. I see how I can help you, okay? Okay. So members, we are going to the next chapter, okay? We are going to the next chapter, okay? Okay. So, let me first come here. I rub off this. Let me first rub off this. So members, today I would like to pass through. You know, right now I want to introduce you to JavaScript frameworks. I want to introduce you to JavaScript frameworks, okay? Frameworks, okay? I want to introduce you to JavaScript frameworks, okay? Okay. So what is a JavaScript framework, okay? JavaScript frameworks, these ones here. Well, since you have mastered JavaScript very well, and now we are pros. Right now I believe that we are now pros on JavaScript, okay? Okay. JavaScript framework is a ready-made structure. This is a ready-made structure. This is a ready-made structure. Ready-made structure or foundation that developers use to build. Developers use to build applications. Faster and more efficiently. and more efficiently. And more efficiently. Okay? Faster and more efficiently. More efficiently. Okay? Okay. So members, what are JavaScript? These are framework. This one's here. Members, I hope you're taking some notes. Okay? So I want to introduce you to these frameworks right now. These are ready-made structures or foundations that developers use to build applications faster and more efficiently. Okay? To build applications faster and more efficiently. Okay? Okay. These are the JavaScript frameworks. Okay? So members, when we dive into complicated concepts, for example, high level or high end data management, we shall need to use some of these frameworks. Okay, plain JavaScript will not help us to go. We cannot go far with plain JavaScript. Okay, we shall need to use some frameworks. High end data management, or whereby we have, for example, managing data, for example, at servers, on big servers. Okay, on big servers, where we have, for example, authentication. Authentication is where we have, for example, passwords and the authentication, authentication, okay? Where we have, for example, authentication, okay? Authentication, and this one is the concept where we have, for example, passwords, and where you are showing data on passwords and the security. So members, we shall need some of these frameworks. You cannot do all this alone with your pure or plain JavaScript, okay? With your plain JavaScript, okay? We shall need a framework which we use, or a JavaScript library, okay? Which we shall use to do our applications, okay? And manage our servers, okay? Okay. So members, this is why frameworks come in. They simplify the building of these applications, okay? Okay. So our plain JavaScript here cannot help us that much. We shall need to develop and go to another level, okay? Okay. So members, let me take this one this side. Let me take this one this side. So members, I want you now to introduce you to these frameworks, okay? Okay, so why were frameworks introduced? Why were JavaScript frameworks introduced, okay? Let me first, this is what we covered yesterday. I'm wrapping it off. I have a question. Why were JavaScript frameworks introduced, okay? Why were JavaScript frameworks introduced? Why were JavaScript frameworks introduced, okay? Introduced, okay? Why were JavaScript frameworks introduced? JavaScript frameworks were introduced for there are some reasons why they were introduced, and these reasons here, I'm going to break them down one by one, and you see. Why were these frameworks introduced? Okay? These frameworks here were introduced to, for example, they were introduced to solve very many problems. There were very many problems that were, for example, in data management. There were very many problems in data management. Problems in data management that developers faced. In data management that developers faced. In data management that developers faced, okay? There were very many problems in data management that developers faced, okay? And some of the problems we're going to break them down here, okay? The first problem was code reusability. Okay? It was very difficult to reuse our code, okay? It was very difficult to reuse our code, okay? Code reusability, okay? Code reusability was very difficult, okay? Okay, very difficult because you end up writing a very large chunks of code doing just a small thing, okay? Another reason was to enable faster development. Okay, development. When you are building applications, okay, when you are building applications using a framework, it takes a short period of time compared when you are building just when it's just plain. Okay, okay. So this is it will enable faster development. Okay. Then another reason here is maintainability. 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 Okay, maintainability. Okay, so another reason was maintainability. There was a need to maintain our code, a need to find a better and suitable way how we could maintain our code. Okay, there was a very high need, okay, to look for a way how we can maintain our code. This one enabled us to get into using of frameworks. Okay, okay. So there was another problem of cross-browser compatibility. Okay, compatibility. There's another problem of browser compatibility. This was a very another problem, a very severe one. Okay, you can build your application in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and it's compatible on Chrome. Yeah? It's compatible on Chrome, and Firefox it's not compatible. Firefox browser it's not compatible. Okay, Firefox is not compatible. While Microsoft Edge or any other browser, while Microsoft Edge, Microsoft Edge, it is not compatible. Microsoft Edge is not compatible. It can be compatible on Firefox when these other browsers is not compatible. Okay, so members, there was this problem also which they faced. Okay, so they had to look for a better and suitable way how to solve this problem. For example, cross-browser compatibility. Okay, that is why the frameworks were introduced. Okay, okay. So then you have another reason why frameworks were introduced was security. Security. We have talked about this one in the past. Okay. For example, authentication. Where we have, for example, passwords. Okay. Where we have, for example, passwords. You are building an application which has passwords. Where are these passwords stored? Okay. Where are these passwords stored? Okay. Passwords, tokens. Okay. Where we have, for example, forms, login forms. Okay. Where we have, for example, login forms. Okay. Login forms. Login, sign up. All these things here, they had to look for a better and suitable way how these things here can be maintained. Okay, security wise, you'll be on a very high level of security. That's why JavaScript frameworks were introduced. Okay, okay. So members, there's another one. The other reason here, there are even more reasons, but I think let me give only 6. Okay, community. Okay, community and ecosystem. Okay, when you are, for example, in a particular community of a certain framework, you feel part of that community and you can build. The challenges that you are facing, they are easily tackled. If there is any change that comes up, that community can guide you. It can enable you to solve that challenge in the quickest means and fastest ways possible. Okay. So members, if you have a certain community, for example, a React community, an Angular community, a Vue JS community, all those communities there can help you in case you face a certain problem. Okay. And this one here, it brings that togetherness where you can face any challenge as far as application development is concerned, and you can solve it and it is gone. Okay. Okay. So members, I hope you have understood why JavaScript frameworks were introduced. Okay. Okay. These reasons apply even to other frameworks. For example, those people who use PHP, people who use Python, Java, those other frameworks. Okay. Ruby. Members, all those people, they normally they also have their own frameworks. Okay. But this one is just specifically for JavaScript. Okay. Okay. So members, let's go down and we see. Let's go down. Let me first wrap off this, which I did yesterday. This is what I was basically dealing with yesterday here. So members, let's now introduce what are the examples or the types of frameworks. Okay, what are the examples? What are the examples? What are the examples or types of frameworks? Okay, types of frameworks. Types of frameworks. Okay. Okay. So examples and types of frameworks. Okay. Okay. So this one here is what we are going to cover now. Examples, stroke types of frameworks. Okay. Okay. So members, what are these types of frameworks? Okay. We have the first one. The first one is React JS. Okay. The first one is React JS. This is the most popular. Okay. This one is the most popular. Okay. This one here was introduced by Meta. This one here was introduced by Meta. Meta or Facebook. Okay. So this one was introduced by Meta or Facebook. This one here was introduced by Meta, or which I can say is the same as Facebook. Okay. This one here was introduced by Meta or Facebook. Okay. This one here is used. This one is used to build. It's used to build user interfaces with reusable components. It's used, this one here used to build better user interfaces, better UIs, okay, better UIs with reusable components, okay, reusable components, okay, okay. So this is the major purpose why React JS, this framework here was introduced, okay. This one here, seeing here, React JS, okay. Okay, so is more about reusable components, okay. Okay, so we have another framework which is also known. Another framework is all these ones are frameworks of JavaScript, okay. Okay, we have another one which is called, another one which follows is called Angular. It's called Angular JS, okay. Angular JS, okay. Angular JS, this one here is another type of framework, okay. This one here is by Google. This one here is by Google. This one here was made by Google, okay. This one was made by Google, okay. Okay, this one is by Google, and this one here is used to make fully featured front end or back end. This is a fully featured. This one here, seeing here, is a fully featured. This one here is a fully featured, a fully featured, back or a fully featured front end or back end framework, okay, okay, okay. So members, this is a fully featured front end or back end framework. This is Angular JS, okay. Okay, so we have another one. It's called Vue JS. Another one is called Vue JS, okay. Vue JS, okay, just like that, okay. This one here is a progressive framework, okay. This one here is a progressive framework. This one here is a progressive framework. Let me first remove this. This is something. This is a progressive framework. This one here is a progressive framework. This one is a progressive framework. It is simple to start. This is a progressive framework. This one is simple to start. This one is simple to start. Simple to start with powerful, which is powerful for large applications. Simple to start, okay. This one is simple to start, and it's powerful for large applications, and it's powerful for large applications. Okay. For large applications, okay. Large applications, okay. Okay. So this is Vue JS or Vue JS, okay. Okay. That is it's another framework for JavaScript, okay. Okay. So we have another one. It's called Svelte. It's called Svelte. It's called Svelte. Another one is called Svelte. Or Svelte. It's called Svelte. Okay? This Svelte here, this is a newer generation. This one here I'm seeing here is a newer. This one is a newer generation. This one is a newer generation framework. This is a newer generation framework. It's a newer generation framework. This is a newer a newer generation framework. Okay, framework, okay, that compiles your code to pure JavaScript. That compiles your code to pure JavaScript, to pure JavaScript. Then the pure JavaScript is not that you have been working on always and always and always. That's what they call pure JavaScript. Sometimes people call it that one pure. Or someone says pure JavaScript or plain JavaScript. It's the same, okay? Yeah, okay, it's the same. So this is Svelte. Then you have another one. It's called Node.js. Node.js, okay? It's called Node.js. Node.js. But this one here, people confuse it. Okay? This is Svelte JS. Svelte JS. Okay? So members, this one here people confuse it, okay? Node.js is not a framework. Node.js is not a framework, okay? Node.js is not a framework. Node.js is just a runtime environment, okay? People confuse it. Node.js, people confuse it. Node.js is just a runtime environment. Okay? Runtime environment. Okay? This one here runs behind the scenes. It is basically behind the scenes. Okay? Basically behind the scenes. Okay? And this one here is server based, and it is server based. Okay? It is server based. Okay? So members, this is the advantage of knowing JavaScript. You just know your JavaScript. Everything is good. Everything will be okay. Okay? Everything will just be okay. Just know your JavaScript. That's enough. Okay? Okay. So members, this is how it is. Then we have here six on our list. We have Electron JS. We have Electron JS. Okay? Electron JS. Let me first scroll up here. I'm facing sufficiency with space. Okay, there. So members, Electron JS, this one you're seeing here, Electron JS, this one you're seeing here, this one here is specifically for someone who wants to build desktop applications. Okay? Desktop applications. Okay? Someone wants to build, for example, desktop applications. For example, this one. Are you seeing these applications which I'm hovering on? This one. Okay? When I come here, for example, this one here, this one. Okay? There are a lot of applications. They are really a lot. They are really a lot. Any application which is on the desktop, Okay? So members, when I come here and for example I do like this, all these applications from this one, File Explorer, Photo Snipping Tool, all of them they're seeing here are desktop applications. Okay? So members, if someone wants to build desktop applications, you just venture here on Electron JS. Okay? On Electron JS. Okay? So members, that is if someone wants to build desktop applications. Okay? So that's another framework for that. Okay? So we have another framework here. This is the last one I'm going to give you. There are even more, but let me just end on that one. It's called React Native. Okay? React Native. And React Native, this one you're seeing here, is used for someone who wants to build mobile applications. Okay? Mobile applications. Okay? So members, if you want to build mobile applications, those applications which go on the Play Store, you have seen those ones which go on the Play Store. You have seen those ones which go on the Play Store. You have seen them? Those ones which go on the Play Store. Okay? Apple Store, Play Store, Apple Store. Okay? Those ones which go on Play Store, Apple Store. All ones who have iPhone, okay? Those ones are use React Native, okay? Okay? this one here. Okay, it's another framework of its own. Okay, okay. How many members you have really understood? I hope you have really understood all these frameworks. Okay, so someone can decide to branch and say, me after studying JavaScript, I'm going to go for Angular. No problem. You can go for your Angular and study Angular JS. Okay, okay. Someone can say, me, I want to venture in Vue JS. No problem. You can go and study your Vue JS and you become and you venture in that. Okay, okay. That's where your future lies. Okay, okay. So someone can say, me, I want to go for Svelte, okay? And someone goes and ventures in Svelte, okay? And says that's where my future lies. So those are the people who you say Svelte developers or Vue.js developers or Angular developers. Someone Node.js, you are very good in Node.js. Someone knows Electron JS, they are very good at building desktop applications. For example, these ones are on a desktop here, okay? These ones you're seeing here. This one's Electron JS, no problem. Someone says, me, I'm very good at building mobile applications, okay? So that's when you go for React Native, okay? React Native, okay? And that's when you venture in building mobile applications, which you can put on Play Store or Apple Store, okay? Okay. Then someone says, me, I want to go for React JS, okay? The most common and most popular. Then you venture in that, okay? Okay. So members, people take different paths, people venture. If you are 100% good in all of this, it's good on your side, okay? But it's not. It's very useless for someone to know everything. Like you know everything, you know all frameworks. What for? What for? Just get one and you go in that, okay? Just get one and you go in that, okay? And you'll be excellent and very good in that one, okay? Okay. Now for me, I chose one framework. I may know some bit of this and also this, okay? And this, I'm also good in this, not JS. I'm also good in this and this. And this one's here, I chose React, okay? React, okay? After I'm doing my React, I combine it with Electron, React Native, and maybe Node.js. This one's here, I'm not so much focused into this, okay? So if someone wants this one, you can go and study them, okay? Okay. So members, that's where we now separate. If someone wants to branch in Angular, you go and branch in Angular. If you want to branch in Vue.js, you go and branch in Vue. If you want to branch in Svelte, go in Svelte. Node.js plain, go in Node. Go in Electron JS like that. But right now, me, I am a React developer, okay? I'm a React developer. So those ones who are going to continue with me, those who are going to continue with me in this path, in this journey, we are going to go in React, okay? We're going to go in React, okay? We're going to venture in React, okay? React JS, okay? We're going to venture in React JS, okay? Okay. And members, this one I'm just going to introduce it a little bit, okay? I even put here a little bit, just a little bit. I don't want to spoil the beans. I don't want to spoil the soup for day 60, okay? I don't want to spoil the soup or spoil the beans, okay? I'm just going to introduce this one a little bit, okay? A little bit, just a little bit, okay? This one here, this React JS, I'm going to cover it on day 60, okay? Remember, this is just a sneak peek of what we're going to cover. This is a hot concept for day 60. So I want to make it fresh, okay? I want to make it fresh. It is basically for day 60 of our web development course, okay? Day 60, that's when we're going to begin looking at React, okay? Day 60. Day 60. Day 60. Members, note this, okay? Members, note this. I'm just going to introduce this one a little bit, okay? I'm just going to introduce this one a little bit, okay? Okay. So members, you just get to know it. Just get to know it very well. And we shall introduce this one on day 60, okay? Okay. So I'm just going to just talk about this a little bit. React.js, okay? React.js, this is now for me, as you know me, I'm called Clancy, okay? You know me very well, okay? Me, I'm more passionate about React, and I am a React developer, okay? And I am Clancy. Me, I am a React developer, okay? A React developer. I build web applications, mobile applications, and desktop applications using the React, okay? Okay. So members, I venture mostly into React, okay? I am a React developer, okay? Okay. So I'm just going to introduce to you a little bit of what we are going to cover, okay? In day 60, okay? Okay. So members, now what is React, okay? this one here, you know, this one here, we have a video. This one here was brought by, it was brought, it was introduced. This one here was brought by Meta. It was brought, or it is owned by Meta. Brought or owned by, it was brought by Meta, or what they call as Facebook. Okay, Facebook. Okay, it was brought in 2013. 2013. Okay, 2013. Okay, 2013. Okay, it was brought in 2013. Some years back, a lot of years back. Okay, okay. So this one was brought by in 2013. Okay, this one here was brought. Okay, this one here was brought. It was designed for building. It is designed. Okay, it is designed. It is designed. It is designed. It is designed for building user interfaces which are interactive. Okay, user interfaces, nice, building nice user interfaces. Okay, or what I can call as UIs. Okay, with reusable components, with reusable components. Okay, with reusable components. Okay, usable components. Okay, okay. So this is how React is. Okay, it was designed for making user interfaces with reusable, nice user interfaces with reusable components. Okay, okay. So let's go down and you see. Let's go down and you see. So members, this one was a very good concept. It moved very good, very well. And right now I'm taking you through the history of React. Okay. Then until developers began facing what they call React fatigue. Okay, developers began facing what they call React fatigue. Okay, React fatigue. Okay, because you know, this React here was built on a lot of usable components. Okay, it is very great, and React is very great. But right now it feels like assembling all these components here. Assembling all components became very hectic. Okay, assembling all components into one project on and on again. Okay, became very hectic. Okay, assembling all components. You know, this one is the more of components. Okay, into one project. One project or puzzle. Okay, or into one puzzle became very hectic. Okay, became very hectic. Okay, became very hectic. Okay, okay. So members, this one here, now to build like a real world application. Okay, to build a real world application. Okay, became very challenging. Building a real world application. World application became difficult. Okay, became a little bit difficult. It was not that good, but it was a little bit difficult. Because reusable components were not very easy to use. Okay, okay. So what happened in around 2016? They built what they call Next.js. Okay, Next.js here. This one here was introduced as a subsidiary to React. Okay, okay. This one here was introduced as a subsidiary to React. Okay, this one here comes from React. It comes from React. That's why I didn't even put it up there as a framework. This one here comes from React. Okay, this Next.js here was created by Vercel. It was created by Vercel. Okay, it was created by Vercel. Okay, formally, which I can maybe call here formally Zait or Zait like this. Okay, Zait, and this one was introduced in 2016. Okay, when they introduced Next.js, React began flowing like water. Okay, React began flowing like water. Okay, so this one here, React became very simple. Okay, React became very simple. Next.js was built like a superpower. Next.js was built like a superpower. Okay, to supercharge React. Okay, this one was built like a superpower. This Next.js was built as a superpower to enhance React. Okay, to enhance React. Okay, that's what has the superpower to enhance. To enhance React, okay? To enhance React, okay? To enhance React, okay? Okay, so members, when they built Next.js, okay, everything became very, very simple, okay? So these ones here, they work together. Someone will tell you Next.js and React. Next.js and React, they are like twin brothers, they're like brothers for life, or I can call sisters for life, okay? They work together hand in hand, okay? React.js, okay? These ones are like brothers or sisters. Just because this Next.js here keeps changing, okay? Keeps changing here. This Next.js keeps changing. They keep upgrading it, and this one makes the React.js very powerful, okay? Makes it very powerful, okay? So here keeps changing. You can even change per year. Keeps changing, okay? It's very dynamic, okay? Okay. So members, you can see where we started from. Okay? At first it was JavaScript. At first it was just JavaScript. It was just JavaScript, okay? At first it was just JavaScript. It was just JavaScript. As simple as this. It was just peaceful, it was JavaScript. Then they say that JavaScript has some problems, okay? Change this to, we don't want this one, change it to React, okay? Now React came as a solver, a problem solver. But when we were using React, there were some challenges still were still there. Challenges still remained there, okay? Challenges still remained there. Then they said that now another one came up and said, if we now maybe enhance React, okay? Now that's where when we are enhancing React, that's when we bring in now Next.js, okay? Next.js is built on top of React, okay? Next.js is built on top of React, okay? Okay, and this one made React very powerful, okay? Made React very powerful, okay? Okay, so members, I hope, and this one here, it solved all the problems that were in JavaScript, solved all problems that were in React, okay? Next.js, okay? And they keep even, and this one is it keeps changing every year. So they keep changing problems. If there's any problem that comes up, they keep twisting it and making it very nice and more nice, okay? Okay. So members, I hope you have really understood where we have come from. You've understood the history. You've understood why frameworks exist, okay? Right now, I feel you are becoming a senior, okay? Can even put here, right now, I feel you are becoming a senior developer, okay? I feel like you're becoming a senior developer just by what we are covering, okay? Okay, right now I feel you're becoming a senior developer. Or I can even put there senior dev, okay? I can even put there senior developer, okay? Right now I feel you're becoming a senior developer, a senior dev, okay? Okay, I hope you have understood where we have come from. JavaScript to React, now Next.js, okay? Okay, so members, that's how the flow goes, okay? Okay, so members, keep in mind that on day 60 we are starting React, okay? Keep in mind that on day 60 we are starting React, okay? Okay. So members, if you haven't yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and notification icon so you don't miss these upcoming nice classes, okay? So you don't miss any of these classes that are going to come up, okay? Okay. So members, tomorrow is going to be day 59. Day 59 tomorrow. You're going to look at you're going to introduce the terminal. You're going to introduce the terminal Git. You're going to introduce Git, okay? GitHub and the terminal, okay? And the terminal, okay? Members, don't miss. This one is a prerequisite. This is a prerequisite for starting day 60. You should be knowing the GitHub, and even the terminal very well, okay? Okay. No, tomorrow is going to be day 59, not day 58. Day 58 is today. Day 59, okay? Okay. This is a prerequisite for you to come when you know this. Come when you know this, okay? Day 59 is going to be GitHub and terminal, okay? And terminal, okay? Terminal, okay? Okay. So first, we shall first pass through this, then we look at day 60, okay? Members, day 60. Members, I repeat, day 60. Day 60 is the day, okay? Day 60 is the day, okay? Day 60 is the day. Don't miss out. Day 60 is the day, okay? Of our breakthrough, okay? As senior developers, okay? Begin looking at React, okay? And Next.js, okay? Okay. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Don't miss any of the upcoming classes, okay? Okay, so members, I would like to end here. Allow me to end here today. And members, reflect on what we have covered in the past. Keep practicing, and you become very good developers. Okay. Okay. We shall meet in tomorrow's class. Okay. Day 59. Okay. Okay. We shall meet in tomorrow's class. Okay. Come when you're prepared, you want to look at this. Okay. Okay. So members, I wish you all the best. I'll see you in tomorrow's class in the next video. Okay. Have a very good day.